Fox News alert. The Air National Guard member arrested for exposing our nation's classified intel secrets set to appear in court today. The FBI leading Jack Teixeira out of his Massachusetts home at gunpoint in connection to one of America's most serious security breaches in history. And we're learning the suspect was just 21 years old and held the highest level security clearance granted by the federal government. Officials say he shared the documents in a chat room called Thug Shaker Central. They contain key assessments on the war in Ukraine, China's role in aiding Russia, intelligence on both adversaries and allies, and top secret American and NATO planning. Officials say Teixeira will appear in court today in Boston on espionage charges.
The media played a big role in tracking him down, while at the same time, President Biden downplayed the breach altogether. Listen.
About the leak.
Well, I'm not concerned about the leakages, and I'm concerned that it happened. But there's nothing contemporaneous that I'm aware of that is of great consequence.
Fox News contributor Joe Concha joins us now. So, Joe, is this incompetence on the Biden administration, or is it that he just doesn't care how bad it looks to our adversaries, to the rest of the world, that a 21-year-old caused so much chaos? And it seemed so easy.
So many questions here, right, guys? How does a 21-year-old have the highest level of clearance in terms of these documents that end up getting leaked? And then you have the commander-in-chief, the president of the United States, saying this is no big deal, where this is a very big deal. The president's trying to downplay it. Nobody is buying this. This is what these documents show, that American troops apparently are fighting Russian troops. Is that what we're seeing here? Because if that's happening, this is how world wars start. Because China backs Russia, we back Ukraine. Where is NATO in all this? And why is the president of the United States not being transparent with the American people in terms of exactly what our role is here? Because this could escalate into something that, between nuclear powers, could be completely out of control.
Yeah. It's beyond transparency, though.
Yeah.
That downplaying. I mean, this is a huge deal. And for the president of the United States to give an answer like that really doesn't even jive with his own spokespeople. I mean, they at least acknowledge this was a big deal. A kind of an answer like that is insane. There's also been a lot of talk, Joe, about whether or not the media should be more focused on the contents of the documents and their revelations.
Yeah.
A lot of people splitting into a lot of different camps on this. What's your take?
Well, precisely. We're concentrating on who the leaker is. Let's find the leaker. No, I want to know more about the documents themselves and what other documents are out there. This is what this person only had access to. So this is scary stuff. We're in cable news and people use hyperbole all the time. I try not to, because then after a while people stop listening. Right. In this case, we need to know more, because this is something that could be, again, could lead to a world war.
But I would just add, without disclosing methods and procedures. I think we don't want to know who these spies are, then get them in trouble and potentially killed. Yeah. But I think understanding, are the Ukrainians winning the war or not? I think that's an important thing for the American people to know.
And they're paying so much in taxes.
Yes.
They're supporting it.
That's the thing. We've spent billions upon billions of dollars on a war that appears to be a complete stalemate, right? In eastern Ukraine, right? The Russians can't get to Kyiv. They can't get to other cities of importance, yet this war just keeps fighting, where the Ukrainians don't appear to be winning and the Russians don't appear to be winning. We could be talking about this 5 years from now.
That's scary.
Right?
That's scary.
If it doesn't escalate, that's the scary part, guys.
Well, not only that, there's people who say, I don't care what happens in Ukraine, and that's fine. If that's how they feel, that's how they feel. But I'll tell you what, people should be caring when they have to pay their taxes by the end of this week, because that's where their money's going, because there's billions of dollars being pumped into it, and that is what is so frustrating to me. But another frustrating part, Hunter Biden's trip to Ireland is raising questions after the revelation that his firm sought Irish government investments during Biden's vice presidency. Okay, so in an email from 2011, then CEO of Rosemont Seneca Partners, Devon Archer, suggested reaching out to then U.S. ambassador to Ireland, saying ideas we could follow up on Ireland. Ask for intro through
Rooney.
Through Rooney.
Right.
So earlier this week, Joe, I said, maybe the reason Hunter is there is completely harmless, and he's just there along for the ride. But then when you see stuff like this, then you're like, maybe not so much.
It's amazing how much the Hunter Biden story is like the third rail of news stories for other news organizations. Clearly, we have seen evidence, bank receipts, emails from that laptop from other places that say that this is something we should be paying attention to. And the fact that Hunter Biden now is in Ireland with his dad, oh, no, it's not a coincidence, because apparently this guy is worldwide, right? I mean, he's in China, he's in Ukraine, he's in Russia, he's in now Ireland, apparently doing all these business deals. Again, for what services exactly does somebody like Hunter Biden provide in these situations, Todd?
He is the pit bull of foreign influence.
The
Mr.
pit bull,
Worldwide,
thank you.
Right? This story just, chutzpah is not a strong enough word, because the influence peddling, I understand, but it's not illegal under the letter of the law. It's so concerning regardless, and we haven't gotten necessarily to the full law on this. So before we start saying, oh, it's not illegal, there's a lot more information that still needs to come out in the wash.
Precisely. China is our biggest adversary. And Hunter Biden profited in China for services that we have no idea. Not only just Hunter Biden, by the way, James Biden, or the niece of Joe Biden as well, who's a guidance counselor in Delaware, is getting tens of thousands of dollars for what?
Right,
exactly.
Chinese, right.
So we wonder why is Joe Biden not standing up to China the way he should? Perhaps he may be compromised. Maybe he's not. Either way, journalists should be asking that question and pursuing this story. Instead, we're the only ones talking about it, guys.
Well, I think we're going to be the only ones probably talking about it, because anytime something like this pops up, they just ignore it. They sweep it under the rug like it doesn't
Third
exist.
rail, like you
now,
said.
they do say apparently this is not taxpayer funded, this trip. I mean, God forbid it is. Like, who knows? I don't know what to believe from this administration or this family anymore.
Well, Hunter Biden can afford it, right? That we do know from the millions of dollars he's paid.
His paintings.
Except the paintings alone pay for a trip to Dublin.
But what does it say about how serious this White House takes these allegations, these investigations by your James Comers and the like, that they would have the temerity to trot Hunter out there, and not just trot him out there, have him work, like we said earlier in the week, as a member of the comms department of the White House? You
know why they don't take it seriously? Because the New York Times, Washington Post, CNN, ABC, NBC, CBS, they don't cover it. So as long as that side of the media isn't covering it, they're saying, you know what, we can do whatever we want.
Thumbing their nose at the American people, basically being like, well,
so
we
brazen.
don't care what you think. It's so brazen.
It's so brazen. They're putting it right in front of us, acting like we're stupid.
To quote Seinfeld, they're flaunting society's conventions.
Yes, they are. Great Seinfeld reference.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I don't know that one.
You know, I'm going through all of them in my head. I'm trying to find one that fits, and I couldn't jump.
Because Ashley was in high school in the 90s.
No,
That's
I've never watched it, and I get berated about it all the time here.
We will leave it here with, have a great weekend, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.